for coat number 2. As you can see, it's really similar to the way the brown went over the top coat, really transparent, but I was really pleased with the 3 coats of the brown. So even if I've got to do 3 coats, I'll be happy with that. It is an easy to use paint, don't need to prime or sand, so you know, for those benefits I think sometimes you need to be willing to do an extra couple of coats. And plus it's quite a thin paint, so you don't use a lot of it, which makes sense that you'd expect to do a couple more coats. So let's see how it goes. Alright, so we've just finished the 2nd coat there. You can see it's still quite patchy, but the 3rd coat will definitely get it to where it needs to be. I'm really happy with it. It's definitely going to be tough for my sister, but certainly wouldn't do, you know, 6 coats plus a top coat. Well, actually it'll be 8 coats on these edges here for any piece, particularly if you're trying to flip it. So I'm really open to any suggestions, ideas, if you know a quicker and easier way to actually distress furniture rather than the way I've gone about it. Probably one thing I would do differently next time is definitely wouldn't do these edges. I would leave them and just stain them. So it's probably a bit of a mistake, but again, we're learning. What I'm going to do now, just for a bit of joy before I go off to have a bit of a break while this dries, is take the tape off. It's a bit of fun. It's nice to see those clean edges, but in my case it often shows up where I need to do a bit of sanding. Alright, let's have a go at that. And sanded back some of my paint sploshes, just using the mouse sander and some hand sanding as well. So, and just gone over it all with 220 just to give it a nice smooth finish as well. Now you can see that it's quite red, which doesn't quite go with the look that I'm going for. So I saw a trick from Rochelle from Merlo Lane where she did a whitewash using Dixie Belle Fluff prior to applying the Driftwood stain. So I'm going to try that technique and hopefully it'll tone down that red for me. In the process of preparing the whitewash, so I've just used about 50-50 between paint and water and giving it a nice good stir, and then I'm going to paint this on, and if necessary I'll do a 2nd coat as well. Whitewashing her there. It's looking really good. As I mentioned, you can see where I didn't do the full long strokes, so that's definitely a big learning when you're doing the whitewash. Doesn't seem too bad from this angle, it's just looking up and down, but certainly toned down that red. I'm really happy. I think it will look fabulous when I do the driftwood now. Might do another coat on this side, and I've just done those drawers as well, just the sides, and just show you actually while I had the damp cloth, just to, you know, give it that rustic, distressed look. I didn't paint it, I just wiped over it with the cloth just to tone down that the brown on the outside, which I think is a nice touch. Alrighty, we'll see you tomorrow when I'm starting to apply my driftwood stain. our coffee sunflower table is now finished. I'm not going to stage it. It's a birthday present for my sister, so not staging it to be sold. But finally finished her, distressed. We've sealed with Pureco Tough top coat sealer in matte, and we've put our new little knobs on the drawers as well. So the drawers are all nicely just waxed. You can see the Mama's Butta wax in there, so they smell beautiful. The stencil is, the transfer I should say, is just amazing. There's lots of sunflower transfers out there at the moment, but I must admit this is just beautiful. Along with the Driftwood stain from Pureco. Absolutely love it. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. I did get the white distressed as I'd hoped. I did use a bit of brown wax just to tone it down a bit, which I think worked quite well. And I think it's appropriately stressed that it'll handle the young kids that my sister's got. So really, really pleased with the end result of this one. It's just absolutely gorgeous.